Welcome back, my friend. Today's topic is something very important. It's about time. Time is something we all have. Every day has 24 hours. Every person has the same 24 hours. But some people grow, learn, and succeed. And some people feel stuck. Why? The difference is how we use time. Many of us waste time. We don't even notice. Scrolling on the phone, watching random videos, daydreaming, doing things that don't help us. But here is the truth. If you waste your time, you waste your life, because life is made of time. Now, let's connect this with English learning. Many people say, I want to speak English fluently, but they don't practice daily. They watch movies, but only with subtitles. They study grammar, but never speak. They wait for the perfect moment. They waste time. Imagine this. If you spend 15 minutes every day practicing English, just 15 minutes, in 1 year, you will have practiced more than 90 hours. That's powerful. So, let's think. Where are you wasting time? Can you change it? Can you use that time for learning English? For example, instead of scrolling on your phone for 20 minutes, listen to a short English podcast. Instead of watching a random TV show, shadow one scene in English. Instead of sitting and thinking, I'm not good enough, write 5 sentences in English about your day. You see, the choice is in your hands. Now, let's pause. I want you to reflect. Think of one area in your life where you waste time. Is it social media? Is it watching too much TV? Is it just thinking without action? Hold that thought. Now, imagine changing it. Imagine using that same time to grow. Imagine how much your English will improve. This is the secret. Stop wasting time. Start using it. Let me share a little story with you. There was a man who always said, I don't have time to learn English. Every day, he came home from work tired. He sat on the sofa. He picked up his phone. And he scrolled for 1 hour, sometimes even 2 hours. At the end of the day, he said, Oh no, I didn't practice English today. One day, his friend asked him, Do you know how much time you spend on your phone every week? The man checked. It was almost 20 hours. 20 hours in 1 week. That's almost the same as a part-time job. But he was doing nothing useful. So his friend said, What if you use half of this time for English? 10 hours every week. That is more than 1 full English class. The man thought about it. He felt shocked. He realized he was wasting his chance. The next week, he made a small change. Before opening social media, he opened a short English podcast. He listened while cooking. He listened while walking. He even listened before sleeping. Step by step, he improved. After 6 months, his speaking was stronger. Why? Because he stopped wasting time, and he started making time useful. Now, think about yourself. Do you say, I don't have time for English? If yes, look carefully. Maybe you do have time, but maybe that time is hiding. Time is hiding when you wait for the bus. Time is hiding when you wash dishes. Time is hiding when you walk alone. These small, hidden moments, they are golden. If you use them, you will grow. For example, when you walk, speak to yourself in English. Say, I am walking. The sky is blue. I feel good today. It's simple, but it's practice. When you cook, name the food in English. Say, I am cutting a tomato. I am boiling rice. I am frying eggs. It feels silly, but your brain is learning. When you wait, open your English notes. Read 1 new word.
Make one new sentence. It only takes 1 minute, but that 1 minute is not wasted. Remember this, small practice every day is better than big practice once a month, because English is like exercise. If you don't use it, you lose it. Now, let me ask you, what small moment in your day can you change? Where is your hidden time? Is it when you travel? Is it when you are waiting? Is it before bed? Think about it right now. Hold that moment in your mind. Now, promise yourself, next time you will use that time for English.
Let's keep going deeper. When you stop wasting your time, you begin to notice something powerful. Progress compounds. One small effort today might look tiny, but tomorrow, next week, or a month later, it grows into something meaningful. Think about English learning. If you waste 10 minutes scrolling, nothing changes. But if you invest that same 10 minutes in listening, repeating, or even just thinking in English, you're building momentum. 10 minutes may seem small, but if you do it daily, that's over 60 hours in a year, all from just 10 minutes a day. Now, here's the trick. Many people wait for the perfect time to start. They think, I'll study when I have 1 free hour. I'll practice when I feel ready. But that mindset keeps them stuck. The truth is, you don't need a full hour. You just need to start with what you have. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's enough to change your direction. Let me ask you something. Do you remember the last time you said, I'll do it later? Did you actually do it, or did later become never? Most of the time, later never comes. That's why the best way to stop wasting time is to act immediately. And here's how you can connect it directly to your English learning. Instead of saying, I'll practice speaking later, stop and say one sentence in English right now, out loud, about anything. I am listening to this podcast. I am learning English step by step. That small action turns wasted time into useful time instantly. See the difference? Wasted time gives you regret. Useful time gives you progress. All right, let's take it further. The biggest mistake people make is believing they have no time. But if we look closely, most of us waste small chunks of time every single day, scrolling on social media, checking unnecessary notifications, or daydreaming without direction. These small wasted moments add up. Now, imagine if you use those same little moments for English learning. For example, while waiting for your food, repeat 2 English sentences in your head. While walking, describe what you see in English. The sky is clear. The road is busy. I feel relaxed. While sitting in silence, practice forming one new question in English. This is how you transform wasted time into golden opportunities. Think about it like this. Wasted time is empty. It gives you nothing. But useful time doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be intentional. Even 1 minute of practice is better than 10 minutes of regret. Here is a practical step you can start today. Set a simple challenge for yourself. Every time you catch yourself wasting time, stop and use that exact moment to say something in English, maybe just one sentence. Over time, this habit will reprogram your brain. You won't see wasted time anymore. You'll see chances to practice. And the more you do this, the more natural English will feel in your daily life. You won't be forcing yourself to study. You'll be living in English. Now, here's something important. When you stop wasting time, you don't just get better at English, you also build self-respect. Because deep down, you know you're using your time wisely. That confidence will show in the way you speak, the way you think, and the way you live. The first mindset shift is this. Time is your currency. Just like money, if you waste it, it's gone forever. You can earn money back, but you can never get the same hour back. So ask yourself, how am I spending my currency today? If you spend it on English learning, even in small ways, you are investing in your future self. The second shift, replace entertainment with improvement. I'm not saying you should never relax, but notice how often you choose things that don't actually help you grow. Instead of watching random videos, why not watch them in English? Instead of listening to music in your language, try songs in English. You're still entertained, but you're also training your brain. The third shift, focus on small wins, not perfection. Many people waste time waiting for the perfect study plan or the right moment. But English fluency comes from action, not waiting. If you have 5 minutes, use it. If you only learn one word today, it's still progress. Small wins add up into big results. The fourth shift, think in English during ordinary tasks. For example, when brushing your teeth, describe the action in English. I am brushing my teeth. I am washing my face. When cooking, I am cutting the vegetables. The water is boiling. This transforms normal time into practice time without adding extra effort. And the fifth shift, remove the excuses. Most people say, I don't have time. But the truth is, you do. It's just being filled with distractions. The moment you admit that, you gain control. And when you gain control, English learning becomes natural, almost automatic. So the secret is simple. Time is already there. The question is, will you waste it or will you use it to grow?
Think about this for a moment. How many hours do people spend scrolling on their phones every day? Some studies say it's around 3 to 5 hours. Now, imagine if even half of that, just 1 or 2 hours, was spent listening to English, practicing speaking out loud, or even shadowing sentences. In 1 month, that's nearly 60 hours of English practice. And in a year, that's over 700 hours. That's like studying English full-time for months. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize how much time slips away in small chunks. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, checking notifications, switching apps, watching short clips. But those small wasted moments add up to huge losses. So instead of letting them disappear, you can turn them into your secret weapon. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're waiting in line somewhere. At the bank, in a shop, or even waiting for a bus. What do most people do? They scroll social media, look at memes, or just stand bored. But what can you do? You can open your notes app and write 3 English sentences about your day. Or you can play an English podcast in the background. Or you can think of 3 ways to describe what's around you in English. The man is wearing a blue jacket. The floor is very shiny. The air feels warm. Just like that, you've transformed wasted waiting time into learning time. Here's another idea. Many people say, I don't have time to study English after work because I'm tired. And yes, I understand being tired is real. But who says learning English has to feel like hard study? It doesn't. You can relax with English. For example, if you're watching a series, watch it in English. If you're listening to music, listen to English lyrics and pay attention to words. If you're tired, don't force heavy grammar rules. Just let English surround you like background music. You're resting, but still growing. Now, here's something powerful. Your environment shapes your habits. If you want to stop wasting time, change your environment. For example, put an English book on your desk instead of your phone. Stick small notes with English words around your room. Change your phone's language settings to English. Follow English-speaking channels instead of random entertainment. That way, even when you, quote, waste time, you're wasting it in English. And that's not really wasting. It's still learning. And let's talk about mindset. Many learners think, if I can't study for an hour, it's not worth it. But that's not true. Even 5 minutes is powerful. Imagine brushing your teeth and thinking, I brush my teeth every day. I wake up early. I drink water. Simple sentences. Do it every day for a year. That's more practice than many people get in a classroom. Here's a secret. Successful English learners don't always study harder. They study smarter. They use what others waste. That's why some learners improve quickly while others stay stuck for years. So let me ask you, how much of your day is truly wasted? Be honest. And more importantly, how can you start making that time useful from today?
Think about it for a moment. How many hours do we all waste scrolling endlessly on social media, watching short clips that make us laugh for a few seconds, or even just lying in bed thinking, I'll start tomorrow? And yet, when it comes to improving English or learning any new skill, the biggest problem is never lack of resources. The problem is how we use our time. If you really want to learn English, you need to ask yourself, how much of my time is going into building this skill? And how much of my time is simply being drained by distractions? The truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours, but the way you spend them decides your results. One of the smartest ways to stop wasting your time is to replace small pockets of dead time with English learning. For example, while you're commuting, instead of staring out the window, listen to an English podcast. When you're waiting for your food or standing in line, review a few English phrases on your phone. These tiny actions add up, and what feels like wasted time suddenly turns into useful learning moments. Another powerful method is creating time blocks. Instead of saying, I'll study English whenever I have time, choose a fixed time every day, maybe 20 minutes in the morning or 30 minutes before bed, and make that your English zone. When your brain knows there's a dedicated space for practice, it gets easier to stay consistent. But here's the trick. Don't just study passively. Reading English, watching movies, or listening to podcasts is good, but if you're not speaking, you're not really practicing. Try to use the language actively. Even if you're alone, narrate what you're doing in English. For example, if you're cooking, say out loud, I am chopping the vegetables. I am boiling the water. This way, English becomes a part of your daily life instead of something separate you only study once in a while. The biggest waste of time is waiting for the perfect moment. Many learners think, I'll start learning when I'm less busy, or I'll practice speaking when my English is better. But that moment never comes. The perfect time to practice is always now, and the more you delay, the more time you waste. Let's also connect this idea to confidence. Often, people waste time doubting themselves. What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh? But in reality, those doubts are just barriers. Every mistake is progress. Every attempt brings you closer to fluency. The time you spend worrying could be the time you spend practicing. So, instead of wasting energy on overthinking, direct it toward action. Write a short daily journal in English. Record your voice and listen back. Talk to yourself in the mirror. These small but useful habits turn wasted time into a tool for growth. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've talked about how to stop wasting your time and instead start making it useful, not just for your personal growth, but also for your English learning journey. Remember, every little step counts. Even 5 minutes a day of focused English practice can create big results over time. So here's my challenge for you. Starting today, choose one small action that makes your time useful. It could be listening to a short English podcast while you're commuting, writing 3 sentences about your day in English, or practicing a conversation with a friend. Whatever it is, be consistent, and you'll start seeing the difference. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps more learners like you find this content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful episodes that keep you motivated and moving forward. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you will do today to stop wasting time and make it useful for your English? I'd love to read your answers and maybe even share them in a future episode. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. Time that I hope was useful for you. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.